Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here this morning. It is hump day. It is the middle of the week, and we're knee deep in the off season. Yeah, but here's the good news, at least. Just because the season ends doesn't mean it's actually over. Because the Dallas Cowboys aren't wasting time on just kicking back and relaxing. They're already planning and thinking about next year. We already know that Marco Colombo has been actually signed to a 3-year deal, and he may be making some changes to the offensive line staff. They're trying to get better. And I got to tell you, I feel great that it looks like Travis Frederick is going to be able to start working out. That after having that syndrome and everything else, that he has worked it through his system and he may be ready to rock and roll. And that is huge because that is literally like picking up another draft pick, a top notch guy. We're talking about a Pro Bowler. And it's going to be great. Now, what's amazing is Jerry Jones. Jason Garrett basically got bitch slapped the other day. Jason Garrett maybe was feeling just a little bit too good about the season. Felt like he was maybe a little bit more in charge, had a little bit more pull and power than he thought. Because he kind of said, yeah, we're not going to make any changes or anything like that. We're good to go. We're happy about our players. We're happy about our staff. We're happy about the season we had. But you saw how quickly that got walked back, didn't you? Here's what I know. Jerry Jones likes to be the center of the universe. Jerry Jones has the big ego, which is perfect for Texas. Look at everything that Jerry Jones does. It's not just enough to just have something. And that's why he's got a his and her helicopter. So that way, not only does his wife fly in her helicopter, then he's got to make his entranceway with his. It's not enough to just own a football team. You have to own the franchise. It's not enough to go ahead and build a stadium. You've got to make sure it's above and beyond what anybody else has. And I got to tell you, if Los Angeles' new stadium is all that and then some, you don't think that Jerry Jones would think about saying, oh, the hell with this dump. I'm going to build something even bigger and better. You don't think that could happen? I mean, the Cowboys are worth, what, $5-6 billion? What's another $2 billion for a stadium? To make sure that he is the top dog. And so with Jerry looking at Jason Garrett like, wait a minute, son. Wait 1 minute, son. I am the final say on all this stuff. And I didn't tell you, son, what we're going to do. So it walked back. And with Jerry Jones liking to be the center of attention, I think he hates it. That every year, even though he's the most talked about, most popular, most valuable franchise in the world, I still think it bugs him that somebody else is getting that attention, especially at Super Bowl. So the Dallas Cowboys always seem to have something going on around the Super Bowl. That the Dallas Cowboys have to have something going on around the Super Bowl. And I got to tell you, we got the Pro Bowl next weekend. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be making a whole bunch of noise that first week of the Super Bowl. I think that's when you're going to see Scott Linehan's head on the chopping block. So that way there'll be all the speculation of who's coming in. Make no mistake, the Cowboys ended up doing well this season. I'm not mad about it because remember how NFL Network said 5 or 7 wins was their forecast? Remember when how people said the Washington Redskins were going to be much improved? The New York Giants, the New York stinking Giants with Barkley and 2-time Super Bowl MVP Eli Manning was going to be better than the Cowboys. That the Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions, they're going to repeat. Cowboys, they're not going to be anywhere. They stink. Their quarterback, he regressed. He's a bum. Zeke Elliott, he can't stay out of trouble. That's what they said about our Cowboys. That our Cowboys weren't going to be there. So I'm not upset that our Cowboys didn't win the Super Bowl. I get that. We weren't supposed to just yet. But this team has the makings of it. And I know people will laugh at me for saying that. But they have the means and the personnel too. But even with the season being better than what people expected, the offense, especially the first half of the season, leaves a lot to be desired. We have lost opportunities that were right there in front of us for no other reason than not being in a position to win, not taking advantage of what the defense gave us, not being able to adjust. And if there's any hope that Jerry Jones actually cares about winning that Super Bowl, he's got to be looking long and hard at what transpired with our offensive coordinator and our offensive staff. There's no better example of a difference maker than looking at what a Chris Richard did for that defense. That defense wasn't bad, but that defense, with the exception of the Rams game, took it up to another level. So you have to be Jerry Jones and start thinking, okay, what can I do to make this team better? Scott Linehan's not the answer. Scott Linehan, it's not like he's from the Bill Parcells coaching tree or from the Belichick cutting, tree. He worked under Mike Tyson, Minnesota. He was in Detroit. You look at Hall of Fame wide receivers that he's had, Randy Moss. You look at Megatron. And this guy still has not done it. So you have to, as Jerry Jones, look at it and say, okay, is this the guy? I'm still not 100% sold on Jason Garrett, but if you have the right coaches underneath of him, then I think that you can do okay. The one concern I have is generally speaking, in the modern era, and modern era I mean for about the last 30 years, if you have not led a team to a Super Bowl within 5 years, you won't. It hasn't happened. So we're asking Jason Garrett to buck the trend. We're asking Jason Garrett to be the exception to the rule. The one thing that I can give you, at least with Jason Garrett, that actually gives me a little bit of hope. One, we finally got a second playoff win under him. But it's the fact that when this team was rock bottom at 3-5, that they were able to keep fighting. That they were able to stay together as a team and didn't point fingers at each other. It's the X's and O's that I have a bigger problem with. So Jerry says, ain't no decisions been made yet on coaching because I don't even know what I'm doing yet. So we'll wait. We'll see. Don't get bent out of shape about anything that you hear because the Cowboys like to be in the spotlight. You'll get a lot of misinformation, but I can always tell you, pay attention to Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones will give you the clues of where the Cowboys are going. And that's the truth. So, friends, all I can tell you is hold on to your hats, strap in, because it'll be a bumpy ride. I'm Mark Holmes, and as always, thank you guys for watching the Jobu Sports Report. It's time for me to go to my day job, and I'll see you soon.